Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how I stain pine to look like oak. I love the color of oak, but I'm not a fan of the price tag. So after lots of trial and error, I found the perfect stain combo that tones down the orange of pine to make it resemble more like oak. Before using the stain combo in your final project, I will definitely recommend testing it on a scrap piece of wood first to see how it turns out. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to see more DIY content like this, and give this video a thumbs up. Now let's get started on this tutorial. This first step is probably the most crucial step. If you don't prep your wood properly by sanding it, you end up with a blotchy stained finish, and that does not look good at all. So to sand it down, I use a 220 grit sandpaper with my orbital sander. You can also start with a lower grit like an 80 grit and work your way up to 220 if your surface is really rough, but my surface was not too rough, so a 220 was good enough. Next, you want to apply the pre-stained wood conditioner. So this ensures that the stain will be absorbed evenly, especially for a wood like pine because it's a soft wood that absorbs everything pretty quickly. Once you apply the pre-stained wood conditioner, you want to let it sit on the wood for about 15 minutes. But make sure you read the instruction in case you're using a different one. Time to whitewash. I decided to dilute the whitewash I purchased because when I applied it as is, the wood looked way too washed out. So by diluting it, it helped it tone down the orange without looking washed out. And you can see in the video how I did it with water until it was a milk consistency. And I think this probably could work with white paint as well, but I haven't tested that out yet. Before applying the whitewash, make sure to wipe any excess pre-stain conditioner with a cloth. So to apply the whitewash, I used a foam brush, but you can also use a paintbrush or a cloth. I made sure to apply a generous amount and I let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes before wiping it off. If the wood is still a bit too orange after applying this, you can repeat the process. Just remember every piece of wood is different, so you may have to adjust slightly based on the piece of wood that you have.
Town to town, from London to Taiwan, I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Now time to apply the Rustic Beige stain. The name can actually be a bit misleading because it looks more gray than beige. And I actually purchased this unintentionally. I just happened to be at Lowe's and look at the clearance section and found this for $2.50 because it was something that a customer returned, and this ended up being the perfect stain. You want to apply this in small sections with a cloth and wipe it away immediately with a clean cloth. You don't want to let it sit on there for too long because then it would end up being way too dark. Now time to apply the special walnut stain. I applied this using the same method as the Rustic Beige with a cloth in small section, and I wiped it immediately. And if you accidentally apply a bit too much like I did in this video and it turned out way too dark or a little bit too orange, you can add more whitewash, but just don't let it sit for too long. Just wipe it immediately.
And now I'm about to just put this clear coat on it. I went with satin, and I debated between satin and gloss, but I went with satin because I didn't want too much of a glare, so that's why I went with satin instead of gloss. So I went from pine to this with these.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all found it helpful. Like I mentioned earlier, all of the details are available on the blog, and I will link all of that below. And the links to all the materials I used is also on the blog. And I also mentioned that there is a PDF available that you can print out to have with you as a guide.